So today in this class we are going to do the numerical based on Otto cycle engine, and the numerical the question is mentioned here that in an ideal Otto cycle engine the temperature and pressure at the beginning of compression are 43 degrees centigrade and 100 kilopascal respectively, and the temperature at the end of adiabatic compression is 323 degrees centigrade. If the temperature at the end of constant volume heat addition is 1500 degrees centigrade, then we need to calculate the compression ratio, the air standard efficiency, and the temperature and pressure at the end of adiabatic expansion. We will be assuming gamma as 1.4 for the air. I have already drawn the PV diagram of the Otto cycle. You can see it here in the diagram. And we will be calculating the values which are already, we will be mentioning the values which are already given in the question, and thereby we will calculate the different parts which are being asked, like the compression ratio, the air standard efficiency, the temperature and pressure, all these things. Okay, so first of all we will refer the figure which is already given here, the PV diagram of the Otto cycle, and referring to that figure we will now put the values here. Okay, so we can see the P1 is given here as 100 kilopascal. How come? Because it is already mentioned in the question that the beginning of the compression stroke the pressure is 100 kilopascal. So P1 will be 100 kilopascal. Now when we talk about the beginning of the compression stroke, the temperature is 43 degrees centigrade. That is the T1, the value of T1 is 43 degrees centigrade. Okay, so 43 degrees centigrade is further converted into Kelvin, and this will be converted by 43 by adding 43 to 273, which is equal to 316 Kelvin. Next is your T2. How did we calculate the end of the adiabatic compression? When the adiabatic compression ended, the temperature is 323 degrees centigrade. That is this point. So this will be temperature T2, and we have converted it again into the Kelvin, that is 596 Kelvin. Thereafter comes the value of T3. T3 is the end of the constant volume heat addition. Constant volume heat addition, the temperature is given as 1500 degrees centigrade, and this is the value here at this point of time, and this is your T3, and we have converted it further into the Kelvin temperature, that is your 773 Kelvin. Now we again refer to the figure and consider the adiabatic compression, which is from 1 to 2. This is your adiabatic compression taking place from 1 to 2. We have already done this in derivation. Then when we need to calculate the ratio of compression or the compression ratio, it is always the higher temperature upon the lower temperature. So when we talk about the higher temperature, T2 is at higher temperature, that is your 596 Kelvin, and T1 is at your lower temperature, that is your T1 is at your 316 Kelvin. So T2 upon T1 is equal to V1 upon V2 raised to the power gamma minus 1, which is equal to R raised to the power gamma minus 1. So we can calculate, therefore it can be said that higher temperature upon lower temperature is equal to the R raised to the power gamma minus 1. So we can calculate, we know the value of T2, we know the value of T1, we know the value of gamma. So we can easily calculate the value of R. So let us calculate the value of R. So when we talk about calculating the value of R, it will be R will be equal to T2 upon T1 raised to the power 1 upon gamma minus 1. Okay, this will be further as I have told you, higher temperature, that is 596 upon 316, T2 upon T1, and 1 upon gamma, the value of gamma we have taken assumed as 1.4 minus 1. Okay, so when you will further solve this, it will come to about 1.886 raised to the power 2.5, which will be equal to 4.87. So ratio of compression is 4.87. Okay, so this was your part A. Now when we talk about the part B, it says that we need to calculate the air standard efficiency. Okay, so the formula for air standard efficiency, as we know, from the derivation air standard efficiency, we will use the equation which we have already derived, 1 minus 1 upon r raised to the power gamma minus 1. Simply we will put all the values, since we know the value of r, the value of gamma, and when we will put, it will become around 1 minus 1 upon 4.87 raised to the power 1.4 minus 1, which will be equal to 1 minus 1 upon 1.884, which is equal to 0.4695, and when you will calculate this in percentage, it will come around 46.95%. okay, so the air standard efficiency for the Otto cycle in this case would be 46.95. Now the third thing which says to calculate is the temperature and pressure at the end of the adiabatic. That is, we need to calculate the we need to calculate the pressure and temperature. So now we know that P2 upon P1 is equal to V1 upon V2. We have calculated all these things in the derivation. P2 upon P1 is equal to V1 upon V2, which is again equal to R raised to the power gamma. So now if we put the value in this, which is equal to 4.87 raised to the power 1.4. We know the value of R raised to the power gamma. See, we have simply put this, which will be equal to 9.173. Now we know the value of, we don't know the value of P2. We know the value of R raised to the power gamma we have calculated, that is 9.173, and we know the value of P1. Okay, so the value of P1 is 100. So 9.173 into 100 kilopascals, we already know it from the equation, and hence the value of P2 comes out to be 917.3 kilopascal. So this is the value of P2. Now from the constant volume heat addition, that is from the process 2 to 3. We can see in the diagram here, constant volume heat addition takes place at from 2 to 3, from the process 2 to 3. So this will be this equation will go something like this: P2 V2 upon T2 is equal to P3 V3 upon T3. ठीक है, hence as V2 is equal to V3, V2 and V3 will be same. You see in the diagram, V2 and V3 are same. So as V2 is equal to V3, therefore P3 upon P2 is equal to T3 upon T2. Okay, therefore P3 will be equal to P2 into T3 upon T2. Okay, we know the value of P2 we have just now calculated. It was 917.3, and then we will put the value of T3 is already given in the question, that is your 1500 plus 273, that was your 773. So 1773 upon, we have already calculated the value of T2, that is your 596 Kelvin. Hence P3 will be calculated from here. This will come to around 2729 kilopascal. Okay, so this is the value of P3. Now considering the adiabatic expansion, considering the adiabatic expansion. Now the adiabatic expansion is taking place from 3 to 4, from the process 3 to 4. Now what we will see, the equation will go as P3 V3 raised to the power gamma is equal to P4 V4 raised to the power gamma. Therefore, we can easily calculate the value of P4 from here, which is equal to P3 upon V4 upon V3 raised to the power gamma, which is P3 V4 upon V3 raised to the power gamma is equal to R raised to the power gamma. Simply put the values in this. The value of P3 is 2729 upon 4.87 into raised to the power 1.4, which will be further calculated as 2729 upon 9.173 equal to 297.5 kilopascal. Okay, so this is your P4. The last thing what we need to calculate is the temperature T4. So P4, this is your final answer. We have calculated the P4. Now the value of T4 is calculated. How to calculate the T4? We will considering adiabatic expansion, considering the adiabatic expansion from the process 3 to 4. Again, T3 upon T4 is equal to V4 upon V3 raised to the power gamma minus 1. Therefore, how can you calculate the T4? This will go this side, this will go this side. T3 upon V4 upon V3 raised to the power gamma minus 1. Simply put all the values. The value of T3 you know. V4 upon V3 raised to the power gamma minus 1 is again R raised to the power gamma minus 1. So T3 upon R raised to the power gamma minus 1, and we will put the values here. That is, the value of T3 is 1773 upon 1.884. Calculate this. We will put the value 4.87 into 1.4 minus 4. I can mention it again here. 773 upon 4.87, 1.4 minus 1. Okay, so you will calculate this. 773 4.87, this will come as 0.4. Now you solve this, and when you solve this, the value will come up to here, this 773 upon 1.884, and further when you will solve this, it will come to 941 Kelvin, or when you will minus 273 from this, it will come out to be 668 degrees centigrade. So the value of T4 is this. This is your final answer, as in the value of P4 is this. This is your final answer as part C is concerned. So we have calculated the value of T4, the value of P4, the compression ratio, and the second, the air standard efficiency. Hence the question is completed. Thank you.